Now, with or without Adjoa Sarfo, E-Levy will be approved. That's according to the majority in Parliament, who have rejected claims the delay over the approval of the E-Levy is due to the absence of Domi Kwabena MP from the chamber. The Domi Kwabena MP, since the resumption of Parliament this year, has failed to show up in the chamber. This has led to concerns that the NPP is unable to champion government agenda because of the shortfall in their numbers. Before we hear from the Deputy Majority Whip, here is the Member of Parliament for New Jobbing South, Michael Otri-Befi, speaking on Kumasi-based Hello FM.
Make us ensure boy out here boy yes a pampam. Yeah, MP for your parliament, year 138. Meka Honorable Speaker of right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament can wear 138 and your majority caucus. Majority caucus no 137 AMP before. And yeah, before the BR 136 your parliament back with your shoma. Now and before Casa no there 7 and I'm chairing and then make kind of plane in your plane fan. And then Monday, you ra Adjoa Sarfo, you know parliament.
Was too quiet now.
The baby or one the other pyronym.
Such and some will wait for one more.
And no, I mean clearly her intentions and the behavior and the push and say also sabotage MPP. And this thing is something that I am speaking on authority because yeah, it also and also they are sending and change
because reading make kind the compare cocaine. We have also a binomo. I say almost at the almost seat na I bargaining chip. You don't do this to me. I'm not coming. I'm not pushing government.
138 your majority caucus. 138.
For how long? And as a member of parliament, no,
for some time. I mean, just your panic chow. Just say, your problems are you come as a political party, no, and as a government, no. Maybe bring na kuswa Adjoa Sarfo our member of parliament for Domi Kwabena. Me you be free. Onope. It's not say yeah I can na parliament.
E be oyare.
And I'm say oyare then you don't bring out things like the way you are talking about. What you are talking about now. You just told me say honorable
I quoted as saying
it is a whole person would be a blue chip and a person blackmail party no. Say me say but say mama majority
deputy
majority leader me parliament.
But some were very articulate, very vibrant, very active and intelligent.
As a party no
deputy majority leader. I think
Alexander.
Is he not doing well?
He's doing exceptionally well.
But
the point is that political party a friend of MPP no. Edu and I was say a call a speed. So one person can.
Well, the Deputy Majority Whip, Habib Idrisu, has denied the absence of the Domi Kwabena MP is negatively impacting on their numbers.
The E-Levy, as it started, you have been in this house and you have seen the way we have handled it. We are engaging. She was there when the budget was passed. She was there when the appropriation was passed. The E-Levy, which was just a component that's supposed to come in the form of a bill. Even the day we were having the issue of whether it should come under the certificate of agency or not, she was there. So E-Levy hasn't been presented in the house and you haven't seen her. So to sit down and make that rhetoric or try to make that justification that is the case. It's not the case.
Adjoa is not the case for the delay.
The E-Levy, when government is ready to take it, government will take it.
And will you have her to partake in the voting?
It is not cast on stone that if not the presence of Honorable Adjoa Sarfo, the E-Levy cannot be passed. We have been able to pass a lot of things in this house without having the whole house, where even the election of the speaker, who is an NDC member, was elected, but NDC didn't have the number that he had for the election. So when we come,
so with or without Adjoa's presence, you will approve the
yes, the E-Levy. Yeah, the E-Levy will definitely be approved.
When is Adjoa Sarfo returning to Parliament? Because he hasn't been in Parliament.
That is not for the public to know. She is an elected member of Parliament for the people of Domi Kwabena. When she is in the house, she is in the house, and when you want to see her, you know where to see her. But
you don't definitely.
I am not going to answer that question because it is not necessary for me to answer. Because it is not like Adjoa Sarfo is the one who is coming to move the motion. It is not the case that Adjoa Sarfo, without her, the E-Levy, we are not going to talk about it. We have been debating about it. We have been reducing. We have been doing things. Do you see her being there? No. So things are going to happen.
What are you saying to your colleagues? And this is my final question. What are you saying to your colleagues who are agitated that Adjoa Sarfo is the reason government hasn't been able to pass the E-Levy? What are you saying to them? Because some are on record to have said that the only reason why the E-Levy has dragged is because of Adjoa Sarfo's absence.
You mean my colleagues from the NDC?
No, from the MPP.
I haven't heard any member from the MPP saying so, so I cannot actually speak to that.
Biffy is on record to have said that.
I haven't heard him saying that.
OPK has said that.
I haven't heard him saying that.
The MP says the revised bill will reduce the levy from 1.75% to 1.50% and added that it will not be tabled before the House Friday due to the ongoing town hall meetings. The Tolon MP also argued that those demonstrating against the e-levy do not reflect the views of over 30 million Ghanaians. He insists government will not back down on the levy.
The demonstration that happened today, yes, we all know that demonstration is a constitutional right. You have the right to demonstrate. But the fact is that it doesn't mean that all those who come to demonstrate are representing about 30-point-something million Ghanaians. I am also a Ghanaian. I am not representing, but I am not. That's why I'm also a Ghanaian. I'm not against e-levy. So you cannot say all Ghanaians. I'm a Ghanaian. I vote, and I am not against e-levy because I know the importance of the e-levy. I know the impact of the e-levy that it will have in terms of the development of this nation. So section of the population are actually registering their displeasure about the e-levy, but it is not the case that everybody is rejecting the e-levy.
In spite of all the concerns raised by the ordinary Ghanaian, government is not backing on this e-levy.
No, you don't put it that way. Despite all concerns raised by ordinary Ghanaians, government is able to do something about the rate, is able to do something about the expenditure, is able to do something about the impact on the telecos. So government is a listening government, and government have been able to do a lot in terms of the e-levy.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Majority Whip further observed that a future NDC government will increase the rate of the levy. He was responding to the General Secretary of the NDC, who says the party will scrap the levy when elected into office.
The agitation, or let me just say the demonstration we witnessed today, and some of the utterances that the NDC is making, trust me, I told you, when NDC come, if e-levy is passed today, and you can quote me anywhere at 1.5%. It's rather unfortunate NDC will not come to power in 2024 because they have nothing new to offer Ghanaians. If there was a case they were coming, they will not scrap it. They will rather
the General Secretary said they will scrap it.
No, they will not.
The General Secretary is on record. They will terminate, scrap the e-levy.
No, on record to say that when they have their People's Manifesto, and if you go to the People's Manifesto on page 99, they made it cast on stone, on C, paragraph C, saying that when they come, they were going to pass something on e-levy. And if it was NDC who had won the 2020 election, they were bringing e-levy at 5%. And they have done 17.5% on VAT. They would have done that on e-levy. And no demonstration or any consultation on Ghanaians would have listened. We are where we are, and they are making this noise just because they think of the numbers we have in Parliament. That's number one. They think about the fact that if government is able to raise the revenue, we'll be able to do much work, and John Mahama cannot come to power. That is the reason why they are making this noise. They don't care about Ghanaians.